Hello everyone, and welcome to ProSe Legal's first ever webinar. I am Kimberly Lewis, your host and supervising paralegal here with ProSe Legal. We are legal document assistants who assist individuals like yourself in self-represented legal matters. That is what ProSe means, self-represented. All of our staff are degreed paralegals who have worked in the field for many years, and we are here to assist you. So why ProSe? Why a webinar? A lot of people need assistance in preparing their own legal documents, but just don't know how or where to get the documents they need. And not every legal assistant needs an attorney. Uncomplicated items, such as our topic tonight, you do not need to hire an attorney. However, if you do, then we are here to refer you to a local attorney who can assist you. So let's get started with tonight's topic, estate planning for all. What is an estate plan? What documents may I need? Your estate or assets may consist of your home, vehicles, bank accounts, personal property, maybe even family heirlooms, or that nice motorcycle that Uncle Joe gave you when you were 10. And establishing these documents will not only help protect them from probate, but will also name a person in charge, as we call a trustee, to distribute those assets to whom you intended. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a neighbor, or maybe it's even a charity. It's whomever you choose in your documents. A lot of people think, I don't have very much. I'm not rich. I'm not old. Why would I need to establish a living trust or a will? Unfortunately, when you deal with life and the things that life brings, you just never know what may happen. And it's always better to establish an estate plan, or as we like to say, get your affairs in order. So let's discuss some of those documents that you may consider for your estate plan. The first one we'll talk about is the durable power of attorney. Simply means that the document is in effect if you become incapacitated or lose your marbles and are unable to handle your financial affairs. This document assigns a person to act on your behalf when dealing with anything that has a dollar attached to it. Your home, your mortgage, your insurance, vehicles, taxes, settle affairs, things of that nature. So this document is only active while the person who created it is alive. You may change your agents at any time. So if you get mad or upset at agent number 1 and they're not doing a good job, or maybe you have a falling out, you're able to go ahead and to make those changes anytime, as long as you have the mental capacity to do so. And a doctor will determine when you have a capacity or you don't have any capacity. So let's talk about the next document, the Advanced Healthcare Directive, or the Healthcare Power of Attorney, as we like to call it. Kind of the same thing as the durable power of attorney. The healthcare power of attorney, you actually get to appoint a person to be in charge to make end-of-life decisions for you. So when you're unable to make those decisions or healthcare decisions, or you're either going to be on life support or not life support, they plug you in or they plug you out, however you choose, then you will be picking an individual to make those decisions on your behalf when you're unable to. And the healthcare power of attorney also has the final disposition or your final resting place provisions in there as well. So the same person who's your healthcare power of attorney can actually go ahead and, once you pass, decide where you have written out where you want to be buried or cremated. The next document we're going to discuss is the revocable living trust, or the living trust. They are exactly the same thing, a revocable living trust and a living trust. Revocable clearly means that you can revoke this or change it at any time that you'd like. Again, only when you have the capacity to do stuff. This document, whether you're single or married, you are going to name a person who will be in charge, or as we call it, a trustee. This person will be in charge of distributing your assets according to your instructions. So let's say you have 4 children and you want to leave 25% to each children or each child. You're able to go ahead and determine at what age they can receive something, how much they can receive, or maybe they need to establish an education first before they receive any of those, any of their inheritance. The revocable living trust will allow you to go ahead and to have your assets distribute according to your wishes, to a friend, to a neighbor, or even to a charity. The next document we'll talk about is a will. There is what we call a pour-over will or just a will. A pour-over will is in conjunction with your living trust. And it does exactly what it says. It pours over assets that you maybe forgot about or forgot to list in your trust documents or named a beneficiary, and it allows you to capture that asset and pour it back into your trust, avoiding a full probate. A will, on the other hand, will still be probated and will go to those next of kin. So a trust will allow you to have anybody be a beneficiary. The pour-over will support that trust. However, just a standalone or a simple will still be probated and go to your children or to your spouse. And if you wanted to disinherit one of your children and it was never written in a will, guess what? That disinherited child will probably still receive some of your assets. So the main reason to set up an estate plan or a living trust packet are to not only protect your children and assets from probate, but other things as well. So if I may, let me share. When I first established my living trust, I was quite young. I was in my 30s. I was a single mom and at the time did not own a home. My friends thought only old people with lots of money have a trust. Not so. What if something happened to me? What if something happened and I was unable to give my children the things that I had already saved for them in my retirement or in my bank accounts? Who would be the guardian of my children? Well, the trust allowed me to not only put assets aside for my children in the event something happened, but also to appoint guardians to go ahead and to take care of them and then to manage those funds on their behalf. And when I finally did purchase a home, I already had my living trust established. All I had to do was to draft a quitclaim deed transferring that asset into the trust. And had I passed away before that happened, then the pour-over will would have caught that and ported it into the living trust as well. So let's talk about probate. A lot of people have a misunderstanding of what probate is. If you have just a will, that will, like I said previously, will be probated. A probate will pass through the courts and incur extraordinary costs not only to your heirs, but to the estate. Attorney costs are set by law and they are statutory. But not only do you have the attorney costs, you also have the court filing, the recording property fees, you have the appraisal fees, all of which can be very expensive. And depending on the size and value of your estate will determine how these fees are going to be calculated. If unfortunately you have to go through probate or you're currently going through probate, we at ProSe Legal can assist you with that as well. And just a reminder really quick, if you have not registered, please do register so that way we can make sure you get your 10% off and you're in the running for $100 off any legal fee that you may have. So let's talk about the ProSe Advantage. The ProSe Advantage. We here at ProSe offer a very comprehensive estate planning packages, not only for a single person, but also for a married couple or a non-traditional couple. And that single package is $895 and consists of the revocable living trust, your pour-over will, your financial power of attorney, your health care power of attorney, your HIPAA waiver, your burial instructions, and also drafting of the quitclaim deed to transfer that asset into your trust. We are also able to do out-of-state deeds for some of you that have that nice vacation home out of state or even that vacant lot that nobody ever even thought about. We also offer standalone documents, such as a power of attorney for finances, healthcare, or even a will. And I know I said that a will can be probated, but some people who don't have much, maybe only personal property, and want to distinguish who gets what, would like to establish a will. And a financial power of attorney. Let's say you're going to Europe for the summer and unable to manage any of your finances while you're still here in California. You can appoint a power of attorney or a limited power of attorney to help manage those finances for you while you're gone. And healthcare, let's say all of a sudden something happens and you have to have emergency surgery. Well, we can go ahead and draft that healthcare power of attorney for you stat and get that document to you. So at least that way your decisions are met before and during your surgery. We also offer a mobile service. So we here have a complete COVID compliant mobile van where those clients who are unable to come to the office we can actually go to them. And when I say COVID compliant, we still want to be respectful of everybody and their health concerns. So if you're unable to come to the office, please go ahead and call us and we'll be able to come to you. And that's what we call the ProSe Advantage. So I'd like to thank you for joining us on our first ever webinar. This was just a short informational webinar to talk about estate planning and some of the services that we can offer. And on a side note, and I kind of threw this in, but with the real estate market the way that it is, if you already have a living trust and you've taken advantage of refinancing your home and they've taken that property out of the trust and you're not just quite sure how to put that back, go ahead and call us. We can simply do a deed and transfer that asset back into your living trust. So again, we here at ProSe Legal offer a variety of services. Tonight's is on estate planning and estate planning for all. And as you can see, you could be single, you could be a non-traditional couple, you could be married, you could be in your seniors, and maybe now it's time for you to go ahead and get your affairs in order while you still have your marbles. And if you have any further questions, please reach out. We have 2 locations to better serve you. Our first location is located in Ontario off of East Gwaste, and our second office is just now open in Redlands off of East Vine. We are going to announce the winner now. The $100 off coupon for our estate planning package, or actually any legal service that you may need. Oh, Ramon and Sandra Alvarez. Hey, congratulations. So go ahead and give us a call. You can ask for any of the girls here and we'll be happy to schedule that appointment, and I will make note that you have $100 off. Thank you both, Ramon and Sandra. I hope you've enjoyed and have gained some information and some more knowledge. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to working with you. Have a good evening.